Hello team, and welcome to another Building in Public Tuesday. I'm Corey and we're going to be building Peak today. Peak is a news and weather app for remote teams. And here, let's pull up the Figma as a good introduction. So Peak is a news and weather app for remote teams that I'm going to be building on stream. We got started last week and we're going to continue this week. So here is the Figma. It's about you want to add all your team members and where they're located, and then you get like local news and weather updates for all the different locations where your team members are, so you can stay up to date and informed about all of your team members. And I'm really excited about this. My wife has been designing it and we've been creating the prototypes and everything together, and it's been a lot of fun. And so we're gonna be building this, and we got started last week, and we are gonna continue this week. So last week, what we ended up doing was we ended up playing with. Well, first we just did an introduction to what I had started, and you can check out last week's VOD if you want to see the overview, and I'll probably post that up on YouTube, maybe this evening or in a few days. But what we ended up doing in the second half was we got started on this front-end package, which we're actually compiling with Wasm and loading into our HTML to actually interact with the JavaScript window, document, and body and add things into the DOM. So we're going to use Rust for all the JavaScript in this project, and that's what we were getting set up last week. But I think we have some JavaScript set up, and I'm not positive if we're going to we're going to use this eventually, but I'm not sure we're going to do that today. I think today we're going to go back to doing more vertical slices of work and actually work on some of the features in the app. So let's boot up our app to start. That seems like a good thing to do. And we will see what exists and what we're going to add. All that really exists is off, and so we are going to be building any features on top. I think we're going to start adding team members and their locations. Eventually we're probably going to want to do some LinkedIn searching to pre-fill some stuff, but for the first versions we're just gonna create some manual forms. So I think we're gonna get started with that, creating some forms and adding team members. We'll need to add some relations and all of that kind of stuff in our database. Cypress is damaged and can't be opened. You should move it to the trash. Okay, we can do that. But now we're definitely gonna have to go back into browser tests and fix that, because we actually definitely want Cypress working, because I think we're gonna start the features by writing some failing tests, and we're gonna end-to-end do it that way. But if Cypress is having some problems, we're gonna need to figure that out. Please reinstall Cypress with this. Okay, oh nope, that was my clipboard didn't work. Cypress install. Okay, so I think what I gotta do is cd to browser tests, yarn run Cypress install. Too many S's? No. Yarn run. Yeah, okay, so Cypress install. I just have to figure out why that isn't actually. So can I just do a yarn build yarn? I guess I should just look at what the things are here instead of guessing. Oh, we don't have any things in here, so it's all just through the Cypress. Okay, so what do we actually have in our proc file? Because we're running something. It's just yarn Cypress. Okay, so it's just yarn Cypress. So then I just install. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why yarn run Cypress install didn't work then, but that's okay. I'm also not really sure what happened to my Cypress, but that's fine. We can reinstall it. Hope everyone is having a good Tuesday. Let's see. Okay, so we got Cypress installed now. Hopefully we can go back and just run Overmind get our app running. What is that issue? Something wasn't compiling. Oh, okay, so I actually, this could, hopefully this isn't the worst thing in the world. I upgraded to the new OS, recently, and, might not have Xcode's command line tools for the latest operating system. So hopefully this doesn't take too long or stop us too much. But we apparently are gonna do Xcode command line tools live. Ooh, yay, 6 minutes. Okay. Well, luckily that is going to tick away down relatively quickly. But what do we want to look at in the meantime? Okay, so let's just go back to the Figmas and talk about what feature we are actually gonna do. So like I said, we have auth basically implemented at the moment, and that's about all. And actually here we can go to the live site of peak.fly.dev, and here is the live site. We have the auth things that we're used to: sign up, sign in, sign out, and that's the entirety of the app. But we can do this, we can sign up. This actually is going in our live site, but that's okay. Feel free to sign up if you're in stream and play along. Before this gets a real domain name, I might wipe the database at any point, but feel free to come along and make an account and try it out. I'll make mine as Corey. I'm not gonna do my email just because I don't feel like it, and I know that the email doesn't go anywhere. And I'm not gonna use a secure password either. Sign up. It remembers who I am. Awesome. But I can sign out and sign back in. And I now own this email that I probably shouldn't have used as an example, but I did. And we're in. Woohoo! Okay. And that is the entirety of the app. So I think what we're gonna work on. Oh, cool. That's done. Let's see if it actually works now. Yeah, cool. Everything seems to be working. Okay, so what we're gonna probably build today is adding a new person, a new employee, a new remote team member. And let me see where that form is. So we have a few ways to get started. So like in the final designs, we're probably gonna have a 2-step process where you do the location first, and then once you do location, you'll be prompted for things like name, title. The location will come from there, and then like title and interest if you want to add more information for Joe, and an optional profile picture. And maybe we'll generate some so you have something, or use Gravatar, or not sure, but some options for the default here. But I think basically what we're gonna build today is the basic of this form. I think I might leave off profile pictures for the moment, because I think profile pictures are gonna involve like file uploads to S3 and like resizing images, you know, all of this stuff that comes with that. And want to leave that off. We'll do that for another stream, but that is definitely coming soon. Actually, that's something I hadn't completely thought of before, so that's a good thing to think about. But we will do that another time. I think this form is where we're going to start, at least, and the data model around it. So let's see. I think the local app should be up. Awesome. Okay, so this is, you know, basically the same as the live one. I'm going to close the live one so I don't confuse myself. And this is the app. So I think to start, let's add a link to this page to a form. Actually, yeah, let's do that. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do first, but let's actually, you know what? I have a better idea. The better idea is let's write a test. Let's write a failing test of what we want the behavior to be, and then we'll plug away at making it pass. That's a good plan. I like it. Let's see where we're on. We're on the main branch. Let's create a new one. Let's just go by the stream at the moment. It is the 25th. And cool. Okay. And let's get started. So let's go to the browser tests end-to-end directory, and we are going to be creating a new team member. So I think we want a new file. It's definitely not sign up. It's definitely not sign in. And I'm not sure exactly how we're going to want to organize these yet. So what do we want to call this? This is about adding new team members. I think team members is the word I'm going to use. So I think maybe I just call this team members, and I guess I'm going dashes. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. That's how I did sign in and sign up, but I don't think I like that. So we're going to go with team members underscore. And hopefully that doesn't make anything too mad. And let's just take some of the boilerplate from here. Something like this. And plop it down here. Close that, close that, close that. Okay, so describe. I think this wants to be more specific than this. This isn't just team members. Let's do like add team member. Let's make it pretty specific, and we just will have more files, I think. And maybe we'll make directories at some point. Like maybe this goes in the team members directory or something. I like that. That makes sense to me. That needs to be closed like that, and that probably looks best like that. This is adding a team member. Okay, so it remembers the team member. I don't know, it remembers the team member when added. I don't really know how we want this to say. Adding a team member, describe adding a team member, it remembers the team member. I don't really love it, but we're going to use that for the moment. And let's get started. Okay, so I don't have a plan yet for how we are going to deal with creating accounts in tests. At the moment, I had only done sign in and sign up, so it made sense to actually just like create accounts using the forms and just test it that way. And I'm not positive if I want to change that or if I want to write some helpers that just do that and then you get started and use them. And I don't know if I have too many thoughts on which. I'm just exploring some of the Cypress things here, see what I have access to. So in end-to-end tests, apparently this gets loaded and I have this commands file for me. We're not using it. Oh, but I could like add a command called login. Oh, okay, let's look at the custom commands documentation. That sounds interesting. So we add a command, sure, I get that. And then, oh, okay, and then I can just call it like I could call visit or whatever. Yeah, so they just like, you add the command and then you just call the method then. Oh, okay. That's kind of nifty. Parent commands always begin a chain of commands, even if they're chained off a previous command. Parent commands will always start a new chain and ignore previously yielded subjects. I'm not positive what. Oh, I see. It's just about building up a chain versus doing an action or something. I think that makes sense. Parent commands will always begin a new chain. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Do I want to do sign up or login as a Cypress command? Yeah, let's do it. I think it seems interesting. Let's try it out. If anyone in chat has done Cypress and thinks this is a bad idea, let me know. But I think it sounds fun. Oh wow, let's see. How much of that is just correct, Copilot? Let's assume all of it and go sign in. Okay, so creates a new account and then signs in. So sign in starts with signing in, going to that, and then seeing, oh, that's it. It's just that. It's email, password, submit. This looks actually different. Yeah, these was doing IDs. We're not doing IDs. Okay, so log in. We go to the home page, we click sign in, we do this. We're not actually going to expect any of the results here because that seems like it's the job of the test. But that means I can just go here and do, oh wait, but it does it. Okay, so my password is the password. So I want to do something like cy.login. And I think I just do email my password like that. Remove all this and let's try that Cypress test. Okay, so yep, that one got added. Sign in though, should still work is the idea. Cool. And then I think we can actually use it in a few more places as well. We can use it here and do cy.login, passing it email. Oh wait, no. I'm in Got it. This is where I want to do something. cy.login, email wrong password, exactly. See, Copilot was following along better than I was there. Okay, so something's just hitting stuff, that's okay. This one can all just be cy.login, email password. Oh, it's just a wrong email, got it. Cool. I don't like that those don't use the same. There we go. Sign out. Hello stranger, that logs in. Cool. Okay, awesome. So I think we have a good login. Called it login. Do I want it to call sign in? I called this sign in. But I already sign in. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna call it sign in to be consistent with other things. Sign in, login, sign in, sign in. Okay. And then I probably want sign up is the other one that I want here. Sign up. Except this one is going to take an object that I'm going to deconstruct to an email, a password confirmation, and then I'm going to do something like password confirmation equals, yep, if you don't set a password confirmation, we use the password. This can change to sign up, and then let's just actually take the code from sign up. We want to visit this, click on sign up, and yeah, let's do that. Yank, paste. Okay. I forgot we actually don't do this, but we can actually return a thing of email and password. Password equals password or my password. Perfect. And this is password confirmation. Okay. So we are just rewriting this into Cypress signup command that I think is pretty ready to be tried out here. Actually, yeah, I do want that to do that. This is just now cy dot sign up. Oh, sign up. Yep, sign. Oh my gosh. Sign up. There we go. Okay. Errors when the email is already taken. Okay, so the problem with the sign up command right now is that it actually will make a random password each time. But we can do email equals email or faker.internet email. There we go. So now you can actually pass in an email. So now in sign up, we don't always have to, but we can. So we can do const email equals that. We can do then after that cy dot sign up with the email. And then, yep, sign out. And then do cy dot sign up with the same email and get email has already been taken. And when the passwords don't match, so then this one, I can replace all of this with just cy dot sign up, password, and yeah, like I actually want to add password here too. I don't need to, like Copilot worked out, or not really, but it guessed that. But I want to keep it here because I think it looks better to actually list out both password and the password confirmation and not rely on the default for password that's set far away from here. Okay, does everything still pass or have I broken things? Sign in, working. So that sign in worked. That one does not. Okay, so we have a sign in bug. It does not do the correct thing. No, now we're getting incorrect. Username and password. Okay, but this one failed. Okay, so which one is that? That is redirects with message when password is wrong. Redirects with message when password is wrong. Okay, so we sign up. Oh, cool. I can replace some more of this with cy.signup. Const password equals that. That sign out, and then we sign in with, okay, so sign in doesn't seem to be working, even though, oh yeah, okay, it's definitely not, because I need this over here. And then this needs to become password. And then, now I should be able to, oh wow, they're already rerunning. Yay, Cypress! Just rerunning my tests for me. Email is not defined on line 43. Wait, wrong line 43, I imagine. 43 email, probably get the email out of this thing as well, I think. Yeah, we actually don't need the password, we just need the email, that makes sense. And email of undefined. Okay, so sign oh, as it's undefined, got it. Okay, so I think what that's telling me is that I can give it a default value, and that will make it a little happier, I think. Rerun all tests. Hey, what's up, Babel? What's up, memers and dreamers? How's it going? We're doing a non-Battlesnake stream today and making a web app in Rust. And right now we're actually writing some Cypress tests for it because always good to have tests, right? And I am struggling to do JavaScript, but you know, nothing new. I probably just don't need this whole big comment anymore. I have examples of my own code that I can copy from. Ah! Sometimes I think that I didn't know how to use my editor. Okay. There we go. Oh man, it's getting closer. Okay, so that you invoked one or more commands in a custom command but returned a different value. The custom command was that because they're asynchronous and are queued to be run later, it doesn't make sense to return anything else. For convenience, you also simply omit any return value and return unspecified. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. So I just can't do what I was doing. Do I think DNova is going to be 100% again tonight? Did you end up in gold or platinum? I think that might be the deciding factor of whether DNova stays at 100% tonight. I think if you stayed just a few points under the break point there, you might get another 100. I wouldn't be super surprised. Okay, so Cypress doesn't like what I tried to do. I wanted to make a sign up command that returned the email and password that were used because that seemed like a fun thing to do, but I can't do that. So if you need to care about the email or password, I think you're gonna have to pass it in, which isn't the end of the world, but just means that this is not gonna work. So I need to do const email equals faker.internet email here. Then I can just call sign up. And then I can call sign in with the same email. 100 points below platinum. Yeah, so I think you could be in for another 100% night. And if so, you're probably gonna lightning right past platinum into elite. Do I need to pass email in? Great question. On line 36. Yeah, you're right. I was trying to figure out why the test was still passing. And the test is still passing because a random email and random password is still wrong, even if the the email not existing is the same as the wrong password message, I guess is basically the answer. So even though I signed up with a random email, the message was the same, which is unfortunate, but thank you for that catch. Would have been like, I don't want to change this for security reasons. It's not, I like just not telling anyone why it was wrong, but my test failing would have been nicer to know. You do good, Fable. Okay, that is that. I don't like how I didn't do the same style for sign in and sign up, but I also don't want to keep just nitpicking my testing there on it. So we're gonna keep going. Let's see if sign up with the new helpers is gonna work. Yay! Okay, and that was all just a refactor, so that I could easily do adding a team member without having to think about signing in or up as much. And so now we can just call the sign up method. And sure, I think the reason for that is I don't actually have a name in my sign up. It's just always Emily Thompson. But that works for now. We'll probably need to change that eventually so that we can pass something in. But now I want to do that, like, there is a add team member button, and we click on that. And then let's see, what do we want? Then I guess we'll want to say that there is a, like, we could just do that, but I kind of think that I want to say that there's a maybe we'll have a new team member like header up top, at least for the first version. We're eventually gonna go back to the designs and like make this look pretty, but for the moment we're gonna do some of this, except we're not gonna do John Doe. We are going to use what is in the Figma. So we're gonna use Joe Smith. It's close, but we're just gonna copy that. Actually, let's see. The Figma does have a first and a last name field, but I'm going to go with just a name field for now. I think I slightly prefer just a solo name field over first and last name, just because not all names really fit into the first and last name, and since I don't have a specific reason to care about first and last name, I think I'm just going to go with a single name field, and I will discuss that with my wife Brandy, and we'll get the designs updated sometime here soon. But that's what I'm going to go with for the moment. So we're going to do Joe Smith in a name field. We don't need to collect much information, like we're not going to get an email for Joe just because we don't need it. We're trying to collect as little as we need here. And location again is right now broken out into city and state. And That's an interesting one. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that in terms of one, the data model, and two, the form, because I think there might be a difference there. What I actually save to the database could very well be different than what we're going to show to the user. But I think what I actually kind of care about right now is I think zip code might be the reasonable thing for me to think about. And I think I'm just going to store a zip code like string. Yeah, APIs exist that can parse arbitrary human written location strings into an actual location, so you can let them type whatever. Yeah, that's like kind of what I was thinking, right? I think I want to do something, you know, where you can let people type whatever they want, and then we store, and then I guess what I was thinking is I was thinking what I would maybe store as a zip code is maybe the granularity I need. I could probably do like latitude, longitude. I don't need, I won't have that precision and don't care. So I think right now maybe I'm going to say, I'm going to add a zip code box because zip code boxes seem easy. And then you can geocode and then store the output of the geocoding. Yeah. I'm just going to do a zip code box. I'm not positive zip code is going to be my final storage solution or how we end up geocoding. But it is easy and I can at least type in some zip codes manually. And then we'll add a title in an interests box because those ones, at least as far as data modeling concerned, are just going to be some text fields. And so those are nice and easy. So let's do that. We need to get we don't have an email input. I kind of knew Copilot was going to assume that we did. How do I want to do those? I'm going to go that Casey. I don't know. 90210 seems like a great zip code. Oh, actually, I could look up Bridgeton, Maine. There's probably I could probably find Bridgeton, Maine. Bridgeton, Maine zip code. That'll work. Cool. Okay. Back to this, and then we have title and interest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Best zip code. What? Ooh, now I'm gonna check that out. I'm assuming it actually is a zip code. Where is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Somewhere in New York. Zoom out. Oh, nice, near Albany, New York. Nice, that's fun. It's a good zip code. I like that one. I'll remember that one for needing default zip codes. Of course, the zip codes that come to mind are like, you know, the ones where I live and everything, but sometimes it's good to come up with slightly more generic zip codes that aren't just completely about my life. But yeah, let's see. I still don't need a email field. I still don't need it, Copilot. And I think it was close to developer, but it wasn't exactly developer, so we will change that in a minute. And still not this one, but that's okay. Interests. My spelling is not great. Software engineer. It was close to a developer. I like that Copilot just completed developer for the title because apparently developers, the only job developers know is developer. So Copilot is just trained that every title is developer. Love it. Helps in the local band with his cousin. Okay, and then there's a big create button. Get a... Oh, I guess I really just want input type submit. I don't even need to care what the button says. I like that. Okay, so then we'll go back to our home screen, I think is the idea. Except we should also see a contains for John Smith. And like, if we get really, not really ambitious, but like slightly ambitious, it would be kind of cool eventually if we did some of the like geocoding or like kind of the reverse in this case and went, you know, we were able to, even though you gave us a zip code, Bridgeton, Maine, we could like show you back the location in words. Not positive we will get there today, but you know, I think that's a fun thing to add to the test and see, you know, it's definitely the end of this feature, kind of, at a minimum, is adding it and understanding the location. Once we understand the location, we can get weather and news from it, but we do have to understand the location or be able to at least translate zip codes to text at a minimum. So yeah, I think that seems like a great place to get started, and let's see Cypress fail miserably at that, and we will see if we can make it fail less miserably. Add team members. We can sign up, and we do not have a button. Okay. Nice and easy. We can now add the button. But first, let's do a commit. I like committing failing tests because then I can start the implementation without diffs, which just feels good. Break out some Cypress test helpers. And then add a failing spec for adding a team member and getting a human readable location back. Oh yeah, Copilot, or not Copilot, VS Code doesn't like my long commits, and I could have broken it up, but like, I kind of think most things handle wrapping, especially not on the first line nowadays, but you know, that's okay. We'll just publish it, don't need to, but might as well push it up. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Pull request. Right now we're just gonna call it stream 1025. No description, as a draft. Create. Okay. Cool. Don't really need it right now, but now it exists. And let's just go one by one and do things. We need to create a link to add a team member, and we need, like, you know, a new form to actually link to. No, I don't just want you to push and pull without me prompting you, VS Code. Okay, awesome. So let's get started, and we're gonna add the link and the route. Like, we're gonna do like kind of this step together, I think. So we can go to, well, actually, since I don't really have a routing that, like, you know, is typed or anything, actually, I think it's a little easy. I can just go to our routes and find the landing page. Here is the landing page. And this is, we don't have anything for, you know, doing what I want to eventually have. It was really cool to have some kind of like struct or something that knew what kind of routes existed and what kind of params they took, and then I didn't have to write strings like this anywhere. We don't have that yet, so I get to type out everything by hand, and you know, that's okay, but not amazing. But what it does mean is I can add this link and get a step farther in the Cypress test, nice and easy. I think I have everything rebuilding, so if I just rerun it real quick, it will just crash. Let's see if that was because it was rebuilding in the background. Try one more time. No. What is... Oh, add team member. Oh yeah, it clicks on add team member and then it breaks, because then it gets to a page that it doesn't know what to do, which is very true. That page does not exist yet. Let's go at it. We got to go to our routes, and if, wait, is that, okay, I think main. So the naming of all of these pieces could leave something to be desired, but we will hopefully improve it as we get going and figure out how we want to actually do that. Like I was saying last stream, all of this is kind of really just an experiment. I want to just try laying things out in what seems like a sane pattern, and then if it isn't, we will adjust and change it up. Okay, that just auto-completed most of this. Is it reasonable? Routes, team members, get, router. Yeah, that's fine. I went really, like, I created lots of nesting here. I'm not positive I like it, but it is what I've got at the moment. So like, I now have another one next to this. We call it team. Oh, okay, that wasn't helpful. I wanted to add it like right here. New file, team members.rs. Yes, that then routes can I can do public to my create a new mod called team members. And then get router, perfect, team members. So then like what I don't think I can just do this for the moment, which has a function router that is unimplemented. Sure, unimplemented works for me. Yes, that is not satisfied because that makes sense. It just an import into response. Yeah, anything that impulls into response. And into response can be imported from Axum. Perfect. Are you happier now? Perhaps 2 different versions of the Axum crate are being used. That one's always a fun one to see. Is that what's happening? Okay, so let's look at my landing page. Impl into response, where into response uses Axum. Oh, pub async function. I bet it's the async. I leave off the async a lot, and I get not the best error message. Yeah, that error message isn't my favorite. What does it say again? Oh, get is private. Well, that's definitely not the one I wanted. Pub to the crate. Oh, and now it doesn't know what impl response is. Okay. But this error message about the trait bound not being satisfied is not, like, I know how to fix it, but it's not obvious to me that the answer from the error message is to add async. But it is, so that fixes that, then that compiles. Okay, now we have a page. Except we don't really have a page because we don't actually render anything, we just had our unimplemented. But we can do that, so we're going to do the template base, which just wraps everything in my HTML head things. We're going to use moud for the macro here, do an h1, and this is where I think I searched for new team member. I think that's the header that I talked about adding to the spec. Member, there we go. That, then that. Cool, that's all I need for the moment. Let's import that. There we go. And let's just see if we get a step farther. I could not find local host. Okay. Did it like crash? Is there actually something wrong? Oh, private function. Nice. And there we go. Rerun. And there we go. Okay, awesome. We made it to the new team member. We made it to that page, and we can start adding our form. So let's do that. We make a form. Input text name. Again, we don't need that, but it's okay. Location. Placeholder location. Input type equals text. Text name equals title. Oh, and actually I named this zip code on the other side, so might as well make this match now, because I will be confused in a minute if I don't. Okay, title, and then we had an interests, and like this one was a text area in our Figma, so let's make it that. Interests, and then interests. Interest. Okay, I think that is how spelling works. Not my strong suit, but we are going to go with that. And then this just says, in the Figma, it says create, so let's go with that. I believe that is what the Figma has. Yeah, it has this nice create button. Okay. So we don't have like specific labels, we're just making form fields. This is not going to be pretty for this first iteration. But all that we care about is, did we get farther in this beautiful spec? We did. We made it farther. We seem to have submitted the form, and it didn't do anything, which is not surprising because it just is going to post to the URL. Oh, actually, wait, did it do new URL? Oh, did it do a get and put them as the query params for this one? Oh, that's pretty interesting. That's not what I was expecting it to do, but that isn't super surprising because I didn't specify what I wanted it to do here. So if we were to go to like the auth routes and sign in, This is saying action and then the method, so I want both of those. I guess I actually can leave off the action if it's the same page, which I don't know if I want to, but I definitely can. Let's rerun this, and now this just failed completely because that route on a post doesn't exist. Yeah, okay, but we are making progress. Let's just keep going though. I don't think it is worth it to make a commit now. Copy the whole thing for the post. It's not going to be exactly the same, but you know, enough of it is going to be. Oh, actually, we don't need Moud, so I guess a lot of it isn't going to be. Yeah, most of it's not the same, it turns out. So what we're going to need instead is we're going to need a struct for the new team member form. It has a name that's a string, it has a zip code that's a string, it has a title that's a string, it has an interests that are a string. That time Copilot did very well. So we're gonna get the form of new team member from the form that takes a thing of new team member. Form needs to be 2 from there. There we go. Now we have a form. And we also need some other things. Ooh, so this is actually the first route. Oh, actually, this route is really the first route, but I forgot about it. This is really the first route that we kind of need to make sure we're signed in. So we have some not in routes, but in the other auth one. Like I have something for current user. So I can make us ask for a current user. But current user here, I think, has a option in it. So I think what we're going to want to do is create a new struct that's like maybe a required current user that doesn't return an option and just returns a required user. I'm not sure if I like that versus... No, I like something else better. I think current user should always have a user, and if I want to have an optional current user, I can ask for an option current user and have it implement the from request parts differently. So let's do that. Except now I think I've gotten far enough that I don't want to keep going, because I don't want to do the post right now. We're going to do all this with the get first, and then I'll come back to doing the post once we have that, just because that feels like too much to do all in once. Okay, so we have right now, like we just talked about in our auth here, we have current user that takes an has an option user. So let's change that to just user. And then when we do from request parts for current user, we then, okay, so here from request parts, we get the session. And then I think what we want to do is do, so we want to do some kind of rejection. Rejection is a response. Okay, so we really want to do like redirect to home. So I think this here, yep, if the session doesn't have a user ID, we want to do like something like return to a error. It's the error one, yep. So then response builder, oh sure, 401 unauthorized. That would work. But I really just want to do it more redirect. It's really what I want. I don't know. How do I response builder? I like the builder pattern felt reasonable, but I didn't want to call status on it. What else do you have for me? That's all. Okay. Well, there's got to be a better way to do that. Let's find out. Axum rust redirect. I'm actually already probably doing it. So redirect, and then I can do what kind of redirect. Got it. So redirect is just a struct, and then I do redirect to. Okay. Or I can do redirect temporary, redirect permanent. I think I just want redirect to for a 303. Got it. I see the statuses here. Okay. Awesome. So error is going to be something like a redirect to sign it. Awesome. And then this is actually just, I don't want it to be an option. I just want it to be a user. Unwrap, and then I guess this would be an unwrap again, if I'm just not doing error handling. I probably could do better error handling here and not unwrap, but we're gonna unwrap for the moment. What is it, the unwraps here? So there's two unwraps. The first one, because fetch optional returns an option. Oh, it's a result of an option. Got it. It's because it's fetch optional. That's the point. So this is unwrapping the result. This unwraps the option. So do I want to unwrap the option here? No, I don't really want to unwrap the option here. But I'm going to right now because the other answer is more complicated. It's not that complicated, but it's complicated enough that I don't think I want to do it right now. So I'm not going to. But now I've said too much and my mind keeps going, so I think we're going to. Okay, so let db user equals this thing from before I unwrap. If there is a db user, we just return db user, else we do that. See, so it wasn't that complicated, and Copilot knew how to do most of it. Is this the best way for me to do this? Oh, it's fine. It's not my favorite. I don't like that I have this in two places, but it's not too bad. It's all right here. Okay, so now current user always returns, and actually, where do I use this? In the landing page route. Oh, okay, so now I'm actually, that's fun. My landing page route, which is my home page, takes current user, and right now is going to redirect if someone's not signed in. So that is a fun time. But what I can do is, I think I can do this. I can do option of current user, and then going back to auth, I can do this entire thing again. Paste, and then now, except I'm not implementing it for that, I'm implementing it for option of current user. May only be used as the type parameter for some local type. Oh, yeah, because I don't own option or state. This is the classic orphan problem where I don't own option or state, so I can't, or from request parts. So I can't impl from request parts on option. Okay. So that's why I want to have. Okay, so really then this is, so I have current user, and then do I just want like optional current user, or like I could make it, I guess I wanted current user to be the required one. That's kind of what I had decided at the beginning. That was the reason for changing it. So let's make a different one for optional current user, and this one is an option of a user. It's just a wrapper around an option of a user that I do own, so now I can implement this. And actually, I guess it really could be this. Let's try this. Do I want to return an option of a current user? I'm not positive why I wouldn't. That seems kind of interesting, so let's try that. So now I have this for current user, this does the whole thing, this is for optional current user, and optional current user, this can be an option. That's the whole point here. So then this just is db user, but then I probably can just do the, I was hoping Rust Analyzer would just give me the collapse it thing, so I can just do this and this. That is an option of a user. So then, let current user equals user.map map the option. Oh yeah, map the option with to current user, and then this is optional current user. Cool. And then like, so could I implement current user? I think I could. So now I think what I could do is I could do let optional current user equals optional current user from request parts await. I don't actually think I need the map error there because they have the same type. And then it's really just something like if let some current user equals optional current user dot zero, then we return that, else we do that. Is that the whole thing? Yeah, it is. Love it. Yay, combining things. Okay, so our current user, which is the required one, depends on the optional one. We try to get the optional one. If you found it, you're good. If you didn't find it, you gotta go to sign in. The optional one tries to find it. Oh, it also has a redirect to sign in. Why would this have a redirect to sign in? It doesn't. This is wrong. This just returns a none. But without the, it returns it from this block. So it actually gets to user. There we go. And then, oh, that's even better because now we just have one error checking here. Every error goes to sign in if you don't have a current user. Oh, nice. That actually cleaned that up really nicely. Okay, so that is looking good. Let's now go back to team members and say that this needs a underscore user. Like, we're not using it, but that's okay. It needs a current user, a non-optional current user. Do I want to add a test specifically that it doesn't let you do the thing? Okay, so what if we do this? You visit the home page, you click on this, and then I want to do cy.contains sign in or something. I actually don't know what it says. No, I don't want to click on it. I just want it to be there. What is it? Is there anything on the page here? When you sign in, you just you like, yeah, I guess we could like look for a sign up form. Cool. So it tries to make you sign in. Is the idea there? Let's see if that wants to do anything. App's not compiling, I think. Yep, app's not compiling. No field 0 for option current user routes. Okay. Oh, because this is an optional current user. What I want this to be. Current user, so then that's a current user. This then gets another .0. Definitely not what I typed, but what I meant. Like that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And now we can rerun the things. Okay. I'm just gonna come in here and drop some more links because I set up these linky thingies recently and I like them. So here are some links to my Twitter and my GitHub, and then also the deployed Peak and the Peak GitHub if you want to follow along at home. Okay, so we are doing this. It contained add team member. It loaded to the sign-in page. Okay, so there is a sign-in. That's what I'd rather check for. .get and big text sign in. I don't want to click it. I just want it to exist. That also doesn't make sense. That is why I'm doing the wrong thing. Okay, perfect. We actually made it all the way to... Oh, submitting. Yeah, we submitted. And then we ran into issues, which is perfect. That's what we wanted. Awesome. This works great. So we tried to click add team member, got redirected to sign in, signed in, or actually up, I believe, created an account. Then we tried to add team member and failed on the post. Okay, so that is great. Let's now make a commit because we did enough. Created the form and got it to post. Also reworked the current user struct in Axum so we can easily have pages that require a logged in user. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back to the Cypress, and I think, like I just said a second ago, we are now failing to just post and send up the post up, which is what we had kind of started, but we took a detour. So let's get back to that. Our team members little thing. Boop, boop. Post. We don't need mod here. We are gonna need current user still. Okay, and this is where we left off a second ago when we were doing this. Right now, let's just make it to do because I like it when things compile. I don't think we're gonna need templates for this one. This one's probably just gonna redirect. Ooh, actually, like what I kind of want it to be able to do is render this view. Because like if the form has errors or something, I'm probably going to want to re-render this with errors, which I haven't thought about forms with errors yet. Ooh, I get to make a form thingy that knows how to do forms with errors and stuff. That'll be fun. I think I might not framework that out right away and see how that evolves, because I'm not super confident that I know what that wants to be frameworked in Rust like this. So we're gonna leave the frameworking that out for now, but that doesn't mean we will leave everything out. Just means we won't do the like a framework for that. It means we will still write some code for it. So like what I do want to do is like I probably in here want to make like a function for the form, and it's gonna return some markup. And really then this just becomes the body of this with the HTML macro above it. Oh, and then I forgot, because in macros things don't get organized nicely. I have to do more work manually. I wish Rust analyzer formatted in macros better. I like moderately understand why it can't, but that doesn't make me want it less. Cool. That's what you return. Oh, it just doesn't. Cool. Yeah, I actually like don't even need the current user. I just need to require current user for this. Oh, that's fun. I like that pattern. You just like, you need the current user, but you're not going to use it. Just underscore it. Okay. Cypress still passes, right? All I did was pull out that form. Shouldn't have broken anything. Yay. Oh no, but that I didn't break anything more. It's always been broken there. I'm also not really going to do validation, so I really didn't need to pull out that form first, and I actually didn't really do much because I didn't make it, like I can't pass things into it and I can't use it, but it's there if we want it for later. Okay, so we have our current user, but we need a struct. We need a struct to parse our form. Luckily, we really just can do that, and everything Copilot can just do it for us. New team member. From the form struct, parsing our new team member struct. Parse it out. Include the thing. I love how it tells me to get rid of the async. That's definitely not. Oh, it is unnecessary because it doesn't know the usage yet. I know the usage, but it doesn't know the usage. So right now I'm actually like, this is like a Rails resource. Like I'm doing Rails resource routing because I think it makes sense to me. But that also means there might be a chance to pull out something here in the future, because it looks really similar. What are you mad about? Replace qualified path with use. No, it's fine. I'm fine with you not doing that. But like, what's the issue? Because there shouldn't be an issue. Current user Axum form, impl output, perhaps 2 different versions of Axum. Yeah, this is the 2 different versions of Axum thing. Is it not async? It is async. No, that one's silly. This one should work. This one shouldn't have any issues. It should be fine. This is the post. We're in team members. It's public. That's public. That's public. This one should be fine. The trait handler is not implemented for and it's not just that like I hadn't done this. Like just that doesn't fit, that's not it. No, you still don't like it. That's the right way to do that though. Response into response, mod markup, like required by bound in post. Right. I'm actually not sure what's up with this one at the moment. Feels like this should be working. Route to members post router. It's so similar to this one. Like I just don't really pub async function. Like the thing is I copied it from this one. So like it's pretty similar. Like does this post no, it's the method routing post. It like knows what it's doing. Yeah, okay, so like no, has nothing to do with the other one being there. Okay. Is it, oh, I've had problems with these things before. Is it that this needs to be the first thing? Do you need to, I thought, if anything, I thought it would be the other way. I thought you needed to do form things at the end is what I was realizing. Like what about my sign up and sign in posts? Yeah, they do form stuff at the end. And then this does form stuff at the end. So it feels like form stuff at the end is reasonable. If I don't say it requires current user, is that the magic? No, it still doesn't like that. So it doesn't have anything to do with the router. It doesn't have anything to do... Oh, okay, so that works. Form doesn't work. Does current user work? Current user is fine. Form. Oh, probably just because it needs deserialize. That's easy. Derive, deserialize. Is there another one that it needs? Nope, just deserialize. That's all that I have on these ones. Oh, it's just because this doesn't actually... Yay! Now is it just allow unused that it's mad about? Can't leak private type. Wait, there's create private. Can't leak. Oh, this just needs to say that. They just have to be the same. That's all. I can leak it all I want as long as they have the same. Oh, hey, Josh, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. How is your Tuesday going? We are working on Peak. Peak is a news and weather app. We're making a full stack web app in Rust here, mostly just because we can. And so this is actually an app that my wife, Brandy, has been designing, and we've been working on figuring out together. And so I am working on implementing now. And so we are just getting started there. Ooh, enjoy your dinner. That sounds awesome. So yeah, here, let's just take a quick dive and peek at the Figmas again, because I haven't been over that way in a while. So this is the form we're kind of working on right now. Name, location, title, and interest. Except we aren't doing any styling yet, so it looks nothing like this. But it will look like this, and it will look super cool. Thanks, Josh. I agree, it's super cool. I'm really liking the designs. These compact cards and the expanded states got redone in the last few days. I'm really liking them. They look really nice. But the whole app's fun, and I'm really excited to do a project like this end to end, and also with my wife. It's been a very fun project. So that's what we're working on, and we are plugging away at adding a new team member. We have some Cypress tests set up to help me make sure that I don't break things, and it's currently getting to the post, and like we actually now need to do something with the data. I just got it to render an empty page, and that's great, but not exactly what we're looking for. We actually need to like save this. We're gonna we need a database. We need a database connection. So let's grab another, let's grab a pool. We need a database pool. How do I grab a pool right now? Let's see somewhere else that does it. I ask for a state pool, state pool. Look at all those structs on top of each other. So there is a state struct in Axum. It's this one. And then I have a pool struct from my crate, which wraps a SQLx pool. Why is that not showing me types right now? Huh, Rust Analyzer, you're supposed to show me types when nothing has inlays at this point. Oh, because it all has types specified. Got it. Okay, but pool is a struct that I wrote that wraps a SQLite pool. So with this, we can actually now make SQLite things. Oh yeah, we have tests, we have CI, we have auto deploys. We're going real deal. We're going real deal here. Except for the fact that, CI and auto deploys for me are just because I can't keep good Git branches if I don't. But I still want to give myself the credit for having it all set up. That was one of the fun things for me, is I wanted to do this, like a real project and do all of the bells and whistles for it. So we have all the bells and whistles, and that's been fun. Okay, so right now I just want to well, we can keep doing that. Let's just actually also log out the response to the UI, or not the UI, to my console here, just to make sure we're actually getting it. But then we're actually going to need to do some databasey things here. I thought I just did these imports. Did I not just do these imports? That's fine. I'll do them again. See, nope, I want the crate pool on this one. That's that one. Cool. Did I undo those? What happened? It's fine. Okay, so now we're just going to out that over to here. Thanks. I'm glad you like the Figma boards and that they are very professional. Brandy will appreciate hearing that. She's been working on them for a while. She's just starting doing like UI UX stuff and finishing a boot camp. This is her final project, and so been a lot of fun. She'll like to hear that they looked nice. Okay, so this doesn't look anything different, but do I get anything in the logs here? Oh cool, we get some from request parts calls. We can see all of that stuff happening in tracing. We get a user logged, but I actually don't see this. Oh, user. I logged user. That's not what I wanted to log. So like, you know, I see the log. I just didn't do what I wanted to do. That one's not the computer's fault. Oh, it doesn't implement debug. It should probably implement debug. Yay, it now implements debug. Okay. Oh, I did want to be in there because that is where this is. Okay, and now yay, we see information about John Smith. John Smith, there's a zip code, title, and interests. Awesome. Okay, so that's that debug that we just added there. And now we get to talk about some modeling. We get to actually, like, save this to the database. And so let's look at our database. Table Plus is one that I use sometimes locally. I have the Peak database set up, and I don't know if I can make anything any bigger here. Oh man. Okay, we'll add it to the agenda to find a better SQL viewer that I can actually make bigger for stream. But we have two tables right now. We have a sessions table with an ID column and a user ID column. Super exciting. And we have users that, you know, have ID, email, name, password hash created, updated at, and that's it. So I think we need a new table here. We're gonna need a new table probably called team members. I think we're gonna want to associate it to users and just start off there. Nothing too complicated. So let's go back to my server. So we're using SQLx for the SQL stuff here, and it has some has a CLI for us. And so migrate is apparently the one I'm looking for. So migrate, I want to add one. Add, and then I give it a description. So I want to add team members. And then this will create a migration file for me. I can hop into my migrations file, and now I just write some SQL. Except I want to open, I want to see the ones next to it, because I always like looking at other examples. So let's steal this create table from users, but it's not that. So we want team members. We want an ID, integer, primary key, not null. That one sounds right. We don't have an email because we're not doing emails for everyone. We will have a zip code, and I'm gonna go with that style here. It's gonna be text right now. We might change that later. Right now it's just text. And then we have two more things. We got title, text, and this one is null. We don't need a title. And the next one is interests. Again, text null, optional. Let's add some created at and updated at though. Those are always good. Oh, that was awesome. It auto formatted that SQL for me. I like that. Create a new unique index. Oh, this needs to actually also do the references. I need foreign keys and I need references. Let's look at how we did that here. Alter table, add column, integer, references. Okay, so I did it as a reference there. Can I do that here maybe too? Can I do user ID is an integer, not null, references, user's ID. Love it. Oops. Well, I closed that file on accident, but that's okay. Great. Create unique index. Do I need a unique index on this at all? No? Nope. I don't. You can add as many. You could add multiple names. Same. Yep. Nope. Nothing. No unique index is needed. So now we have a migration file, and I should now be able to do cargo SQLx migrate run. Migrate was previously applied but has been modified. Oh, I didn't mean to modify you. Oh, I saved the file and it reformatted. That's really nifty. Ooh, I hadn't done that before. I hadn't run a migration that I had changed since I ran it. Does it like store a hashed version of the migration so it knows when it changed? If so, that's awesome. Please do that. That's a good idea. That was fun. Cool. So now we have a migration and okay. I think we're ready to add this, insert this into our database, or try to insert this into our database. Yeah, we ran the migration, right? Yep, migration ran. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so we have our pool. And we can just do like let's take a look at how we did some queries. You just do okay here this is perfect. Actually no, where do we have to do an insert somewhere in sign up. We kind of just have to. Here's what an insert looks like. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, insert result, insert into team of members. We're gonna insert user ID. Oh, wait a sec. Integer, not null, primary. Okay, so that, yeah, that doesn't say anything about that. Okay, cool. Back to this. I was just trying to make sure that I wasn't doing anything silly. Okay, so insert, we want user ID. That's one of the things I know. We have name. We have zip code. We have title, and we have interests. There's 5 of them. And then, so this is user dot ID. Actually, I don't know if user has an ID method, does it? That's not even what it's mad about yet, but that's okay. Form, this is zip code. There is no password. Form dot title and form dot interests. A form, a new team member. Mention the word new team member. Do it there, do it there, do it there. Awesome. Cool. Seems like, sorry, is that Copilot doing the auto completion? Seems like that might be well suited to SQL. And yeah, I am using Copilot, and so it is doing the auto completion. A few minutes ago, something was auto formatting my SQL. That was, I don't know what plugin that was. But Copilot is definitely doing autocomplete on the SQL. And does a really good job at it. SQL, like you're getting at, is very a thing that it's pretty well suited to do. I agree. I actually really like Copilot. I find it works pretty well. Personally, it's easy enough to ignore that when it does something silly. It's easy to just not listen. It doesn't get in my way too much, I feel like. Which is the goal, I think, or one of my goals. Especially, and actually one thing that's really nice with the SQL is I'm using SQLite for this project, and I am not super duper, I don't do SQLite as often, so sometimes I don't know the specific syntax for SQLite, and that helped, with the not null references, user's ID, that it was nice that it auto-completed that so nicely for me. That actually could have been the PostgreSQL too, I guess. I use Rails ORM so much that I don't actually write the SQL out all that often. Oh. I made my freaking query mad by debugging it, and it was a move thing. That's just silly. Not bad, but silly. Oh, yeah, I didn't need to build. It's building automatically. Okay. I think, though, this is gonna be a result, right? So, since I'm not doing any error handling at the moment, we can just unwrap that. Then we at least get a record back. Returning ID. Okay, so now this actually just gives us the ID back. which is fine. It's the only thing that's new, but like, can I tell it to return star? And then will you just have more things on you? Yeah, you definitely will. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do from here? Oh, we've inserted it. Now that's it. We're done here. We want to redirect to the home route. Like just go to slash. Nope, just slash. Nice and easy. Format better. Format better. There we go. Yeah, I guess I just don't need the let. I'm just not doing anything with it. We're just inserting the things here. No error handling. Then we redirect you when we're done. Yeah, okay, well. Oh, actually, we could look at that. We could probably see, yay, it has a new table. Oh, actually, yeah, we should see it add something to team members here when I run the test. That's one thing that's interesting-ish about these Cypress tests, is because I decided to go very end-to-end with these tests, I can't easily do anything that's like, oh, it's just in the database now. I have to actually go have a page where it prints out because it's in the database to test it, which is different than kind of what I'm used to. Like, I would kind of be used to writing a test that just says, okay, we posted it, did it make it to the database? But I like this. I want to play with this style. I want to see how it feels to be only able to test things that the user sees, because that's like kind of the point, right? If adding it makes it to the database, but we never see John Smith again, it kind of doesn't really matter to the user in some sense. So we got it inserted, and I think though we can confirm it got inserted by opening up the SQL here, and there we go. Yay, look at that, we got a row. And so now that we can insert things, let's get our test to pass by going to the landing page. And one thing that we want to do here is, I said in the test that, oh, have a good dinner, Josh. Hope you enjoy the soup. Have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in while you could. So one thing that I said is that I want to have the names on the homepage here. But the homepage only has an optional current user, so we might not even have a user. And that's just going to be interesting in figuring out exactly how we want to add the more dynamic bits, the bits that are based on having a user to the homepage, even though we might not have one necessarily. So like, where are we right now? We are in the, is this just in routes? Oh, okay, so that's not really an amazing spot to just be throwing things, but like we could have a new function. Right now it can live inside here, and this could be like the user content. Ooh, yeah, this could have user content, except it's gonna be even better. It's gonna be current user, and it's not gonna take an optional current user. It can take a reference, sure, but it's gonna take a reference to a real current user, and it's gonna return us some markup. Is that what I want? Do I want it to? Yeah, sure. And then what I'm gonna do here is now I'm gonna do let. Wait, why is this way? Like I did that, but I don't want it that way. Let user markup, like this is not good naming. Equals match that. Boom, perfect. I would have done an if let there instead of a match. Can you help me with that? Rust analyzer. Refactor. That's okay. It's not giving me the little bubble. Replace let. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, I didn't want to replace that with an if let. I wanted to replace the match with an if let. For that one, you're not going to give me? You're not going to give me that one? Okay. I guess we'll be fine like this. Yeah, so the other thing I could have done here is I learned this recently. I learned about ref, where I think I even could have just done that, right? Tell it that I want a ref of the user out here. Yeah, that's fun. I've never done that before, but that's a fun way to write that. And then like after this form, let's just like plop in our user markup. Maybe we get something, maybe we don't get something, but it's gonna go at the end if we do. That's from this blob. Oh, I guess actually it makes more sense to put it up here, doesn't it? Like that just is, oh, well, no, that's a different thing. Okay. It's fine. We're gonna do this. This is gonna look great. It's gonna look awesome. I don't really need that. Okay, so in user markup, user content, like, I think I'm just gonna like write database queries here, and it's gonna be great. And we're gonna see if it bites me in the ass eventually. What will it? Maybe, maybe. This also then is gonna need a pool, which is a pool. That already knows what that is. Team members equals SQLx query. Oh, this is query as. Do I want query as? Yeah. Oh, I don't have a team member. It's just not a thing I have yet. So no, I don't think I do. I can just do query. Yep. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh wait. Dot unwrap. Dot fetch all. That's the pool. Wait, unwrap. Immutable. I don't know. Do you want a reference? What do you want? Fetch one, reference to a pool. Await, unwrap. Yeah, that's what I did though. Why didn't you like that? Query, fetch all, pool. Pool. Not 0? I don't think so. It seems like there's something more wrong here. Okay, well that does want that. It literally told me right there. User content. Oh, well that's one issue. Yeah, like we just don't have a pool here, but that's fine. We can get a pool. State of pool from state of pool. And then that gives me access to pool here, which I can pass up to here. That then goes to that. Consider annotating something with derived debug. I don't know what it is, but I agree it should have a debug representation. Now it does. User content's not async. There we go. Thank you for just giving me the answer. Okay. Okay, so then we finally get the team members. We can make an unordered list for team members. And team member, we add the name. That'll work. That will work. That is not all we wanted to do, really, but I think that's enough for our Cypress test, which might mean that it's enough for us for right now. Okay, yeah, I forgot. So we did add one more, like, long shot. We might comment that out from our test for the moment, because we didn't get all the way there. The long shot was that we wanted... Actually, I'm just going to change it, I think. The long shot was that we were thinking about actually decoding this zip code, geocoding it or something, and actually getting a real value from it, you know, like a state name or something. But I don't want to do that right now. So we're not gonna. I think we might wrap up here a little bit earlier, but let's get the test passing and everything before we get into that. But I think all we're gonna do here is cheat just a tiny bit and say it is expecting the zip code that we typed in. And now we can add our member. Oh, it still is gonna fail because it's not on the screen, but that's at least a easier problem to fix. In our routes, we need to, so we got the team member name, and then let's make an open paren. and then let's do a dot, and then a zip code, and then a closed paren. Why don't you like that? I thought that was super duper valid. I thought that's how you did these things. Do you not put the dots? Do you just put them next to each other? Is that the answer? Do you like that answer better? I really thought it was dots. Oh no, you just put them next to each other. Okay. Rerun. We're gonna see. Haha! We see it. We got all the information we needed. There probably wants to be like a space there, maybe 2. Sorry about that, stream. I almost reached for the mute button, but I didn't have enough time. I didn't think I was gonna get there in time. Yay! It looks spaced out. It looks fine. Does it look great? Nope. But it does round trip. Save the name, and actually, let's just add something really quick to the test. cy.signout, click cy.signin. So I have to, I don't have to, but if I want to know the email and password, I have to specify them when we sign up, and I want to at the moment so that I can do this and sign in again and make sure that when we sign in again, it still has the same information. Basically, that it survives a sign in, sign out. Faker is not defined here. Cool, let's define it. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Nope, don't rename you. Do that, do that, do that, do that. Tests are loading. And we added the team member, we signed in, and they are still there. Look at that. That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, let's commit this. What have we done in this commit? We changed our spec just a tiny bit to only check the zip code and make sure that it lives through a logout. We added the SQL for our new table, our team members table that references our user ID. We added our new post route. In our post route, we parse the form, or really Axum parses the form for us, Axum / Saturday. We insert the thing, ignore any errors, redirect to home, and on the home page, we add a little user content section. I don't know why I made this a separate function inside of the thing, but I did, that says you're logged in and lists all of the team members. And we add that to the actual thing, and we are good to go. That passes our test. Parse form and save team member on post. Landing page now shows a list of all the team members you've added, along with their locations. And that might wrap us up. I'm gonna push up these changes and we'll get a PR open, and we will go from there. Actually, I think we actually already have a PR open because I had VS Code help us with that initially. Okay. So what did we do today on stream? We added basic, add team member functionality. And let's write a description. Here we allow you to manually add a new team member. Right now, you blah 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 blah. This is end-to-end tested with Cypress. And includes saving the team member to the DB and displaying saved team members on the homepage. Update our comment. Mark it as ready for review. I am the only one here and I will be reviewing it, so we will probably give it an approval / merge it. But let's take a look at the CI tests really quick. they are probably mostly on their way while I was getting over here, but I guess I didn't spend all that long on the description. I only took about a minute, and the compile time is going to take just a hair longer. But we are almost there. And I think we're gonna wrap up today. So we got the form added for adding a team member. It doesn't look nearly this pretty, but it will here soon in the next few weeks. I think next week maybe we will dig into some styles. I think we're gonna do Tailwind. I really like Tailwind CSS, and I think that's the way we're gonna go here. So we'll bring in Tailwind. I've put off doing that because I don't know exactly how we're gonna consume Tailwind yet. Tune in next week where we figure that out. And yeah, but today was super fun. Thanks for coming along. Oh no, as I'm wrapping up, we can't wrap up with failing tests. So let's take a second and figure out what's up here. Oh, okay. This is actually something that I'm glad breaks when this happens. So in SQLx, one of the things that I have set up that I like is that it's gonna make sure that my SQL queries are correct at compile time. To do that, it needs the database to actually be present. But I didn't actually like that. I didn't actually want the database to always be present to build the thing. So it has another mode where you can have it output this JSON file, which has information of all of the queries and everything from your database, but like in the file, so that you can build using this file as opposed to the full working database. But that means that I have to remember to run the cargo SQLx prepare command, which updates this file. Oof, sorry. I'm getting some hiccups. But I have to run the command to update this file, or else CI will fail like that. But nice and easy. At least it will fail instead of, you know, compiling or giving me false positives. I like the compile safety, so I will take having to do this command. Update SQLx data. And now we're off. And commit. And push. And we go back, and hopefully this one will pass. Maybe I will... why did these take so long? I don't know why those took so long that time. But if I talk very slowly, maybe by the time I want to wrap up, we actually will have these tests run. But either way, I think we can do the wrap up. And if there's anything else, I will clean it up later after stream probably. But thank you for coming along and streaming with me today. I have a ton of fun doing these, and I hope you do as well. I'm excited to get started on Peak. Every time we do a little stream here and we add just a little bit more features, I get more and more excited as it starts being real. Now we can actually keep track of team members, and there's forms, and it already saves to a database. And it is feeling really real, so I'm excited to keep going. And it's also fun because this is probably going to be one of the first side projects that I'm gonna like ship. Like I'm pretty confident that this one's gonna ship. We're gonna get the nice views, we're gonna make them look pretty, and we're gonna get some live users using it. Or at least it'll be live so live users can use it. I'm not gonna make any promises to myself on actual usage. But it will be in a usable state for people to use, and for me, who doesn't always ship their side projects and doesn't always finish them, that is more than half the battle in this case. So yeah, I think I do want to see this test pass on stream, because we've made it all the way. What is 1 or 2 more minutes of staring at CI? So yeah. What do I want to talk about while CI runs? Let's just explore the Figmas for a minute. I think exploring the Figmas is always a fun thing to do, especially for a project that, like, you know, I've seen these Figmas a bit, but you all haven't, and fun to look at them and show them off to everyone. So yeah, we can just see, you know, basic weather conditions here. And I really like the at a glance, you know, there's definitely something, there's an alert for Joe, gives you an idea of something to look for, and then you can expand and the red kind of follows the context of the alert, right? You don't have red on all of Joe anymore. The red follows to the local news story about an accident, it looks like, causing a traffic backup. And yeah, you can see that, we have these. This is the interests box that we filled out on our form, so you can just remind yourself of things Joe's interested in to remember. And there's an idea that we might take some of these interests eventually and use that to search for specific news for Joe based on his interests. Not sure if that's going to make it in these first versions, but that's definitely something we've been talking about and considering. And yeah, so then you get some local news for each of your team members, and for Joe there's this alert. So we want to like at least have some kind of flow for how you can reach out to Joe, and what a next step might be. So maybe either in this case you want to read the alert, or maybe you want to message Joe, and which app do you want to use to message Joe, and you'll be off on your way talking to Joe instead of being in our app, which is really the goal. We're gonna try to get you out and onto your day fast, and just take a peek at your coworkers. And there we go. We finally got the specs passing here. Let's see. We'll actually see the Cypress tests passing. Looks like they are wrapping up now. We will get the confirmation, and I guess as a final hurrah, we will click the green merge button on this PR and get this started deploying to production as we end this stream. Signing up. Looks like things take just a second, but there we go. I think that's our 3 passing tests. And there we go. That should give us the green check mark here as soon as things update. There we go. Okay, let's squash and merge this, and the deploy will be off. Well, I think with that, we will officially finally wrap up. I feel like I've done this outro a few times, but thank you everyone for coming and streaming with me. I have a lot of fun with these, and I've had a lot of fun building Peak. And so let's do that again next week. I'll be back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. for more Peak. And if you want to see more Rust, but not Peak, on Sunday I'll be doing some Battlesnake. And Battlesnake's a competitive multiplayer game that I've been playing for a while, and it's a lot of fun. So tune in Sunday at noon Eastern for the Battlesnake stream. And with that, I am gonna get out of here for the evening. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will talk to everyone later. Thanks. Bye.